I've got a lot of plants and I'm ready to use them. What's up guys, JJ here, and today I'm going to completely redo one of my 10-gallon tanks. It's just looking a mess and we're going to make it look like the best tank in the fish room. So stay tuned. So welcome back, and anybody who's new to the channel, my name's JJ. I've been a certified breeder and aquaculture dealer for a couple of years, and the last few months I've just been so busy with the business end of things here in the fish room that I haven't really set my tanks up to enjoy looking at them. So a few of my tanks, if they were nice planted tanks, they just kind of have not been maintained as well as I'd like, and I'm getting my fish room back for me and my own enjoyment. So let me show you this tank that needs some work. And by work, I mean we're going to completely redo it. But that's fine, I've got a lot of plants and I'm ready to use them. So this tank here looks a whole hot mess. Don't worry, it's like the water parameters are fine. There's a betta in here and some plants and some... I had a batch of snails hatch out, mystery snails. And that's kind of the reason I haven't messed with it. I just had a couple hundred snails I needed to let go in here. But the betta's fine, she's healthy, but she totally probably wants a new house. If she doesn't, I want to, because she's a beautiful fish and she deserves a beautiful home. So by the end of this video, she will have a beautiful home. We're gonna go step by step. If you're newer to setting up tanks, I think this is gonna be a good video for you, because I'm gonna completely redo it. We're not just adding a couple plants, and we'll go from building it all the way from the bottom up. Oh, but I turned on the lights in the fish room this morning and I had some good news, so check this out. So look at this guy here. Woke up to a present this morning. We got 100 new baby pleco eggs here. And for anybody who doesn't know, that's the male that takes care of the eggs, and he's just kind of fanning them, keeping them, not from molding. What do they do? I forget, but he's keeping them clean. And this guppy tank needs a rework too, but not today. Because it's okay, it's doing okay, and we're producing a lot of cool looking guppies in here. But this right here is unacceptable. And like I said, it's fine, water parameters are fine, everybody's alive and healthy, I've been growing them out. I want to be able to enjoy this tank again, so we're going to remake that. And we've definitely got the plants to do it today. So I just need to drain that tank, get the betta out of it, get all the snails out of it, and get to the fun part of making a nice new beautiful tank. Alright, so I got it on a stand I can work with, we got it off the rack, and boy do we have our work cut out for us. I've got to get all this duckweed out of here, all these old plants, and all these snails, and that's going to be the hard part that nobody wants to watch. So we're going to do a quick time lapse, and an hour for me will be 30 seconds for you guys. And there we go, good as new, or at least good enough. Oh, and you guys like this leveling mat I got? It's actually a yoga mat, but I don't do a lot of yoga and I do a lot of fish tanks. So here it goes. And while we're here, we might as well check on the crabs. How you guys doing? Good? Great. That's some hiding back there too. Now it's time to do the actual fun part, which is set up a beautiful new aquascape. And we're actually going completely from beginning to end every step of the way. And step one is going to be a background. Now, there's a lot of ways you could do it. A lot of people paint it. If you do paint it, you can use like acrylic paint, that's fine. Black spray paint, if you can do it outside, is great. That's what I use a lot. But I want to be able to get this done today, and I want to do it for cheap. I want to show you guys a lot of affordable options, because this hobby doesn't have to be expensive. So we're using poster board. Okay, we've got our black background on, and now it's time for our next step, which is adding the substrate. And for anybody who hasn't heard that word, the substrate is just what you put at the bottom, whether it's gravel or sand or rocks or whatever. And we're going to build that up in a couple layers. Since I have it, I'm just going to recycle this gravel at first that we originally had in the tank. It's probably got plenty of nutrients in it from being an established tank. And we might find some snails that I missed too. Now, that's our base. It'll get us a little higher in the back and lower in the front, so those plants in the back really start to look good and we can feature them. Now we're going to lay down some root tabs here. They're nothing too fancy. Just spread it out all over. Now this sand isn't anything special. I just get it from the nursery. I get it for like $3 for 20 pounds, and it gets the job done. We'll just cover all that up with another inch or so of sand, and we'll be ready to plant. So we've got our substrate done. It's looking good, nice and thick. That's one of the mistakes I made in the past, is not doing enough, and then my plants start floating up. They can't really root nicely. So I went extra thick today, like thick with 2 C's. Now next thing we've got to do is work on our hardscape. So whatever rocks or driftwood we can put in the tank. Now the rocks I'm going to use today are just river stones I got from the hardware store, and they're going to do just fine. Now, you have to be careful with driftwood. You can't just use wood from anywhere because of how it breaks down. So I would recommend, if you're going to do driftwood and you're not exactly sure what you're looking for, I would get my driftwood from a fish store, but if you want to save some money with some rocks, you can get them from the hardware store or the nursery. So I had this idea in my head where I would use this like a tree trunk, and like those are the roots of the tree trunk. But I don't know, I also kind of just like, what if I laid this down and that was just where the plant's sat, you know? Let's just see. Yep, I think that's going to work really well, and these will just be sort of the barrier, and we'll go stem plants all the way back here, and then get a couple of foreground plants here. Now I grew these from seed, this foreground plant here. I don't even actually know the official name of it. But it's pretty fun to watch them go all the way from seeds to these, and we're going to put these in a couple spots in the front or around these rocks. And I'm actually leaving a little bit of the rock wool on it because I'm hoping that it'll help keep these down and we don't have little bitty pieces floating up all the time. Next we got a couple of pieces of dwarf Sagittaria. Now this one's really cool because you can get 1 or 2 of these and they'll just start putting out runners, and eventually it'll be all over your tank. We'll put one there. I know I just kind of want to stick this Java fern in here. Somewhere. That should be fine right there. Perfect. A little more there. And just in case any of you were wondering, hey, where'd he get those cool black aquascaping tools? Well, I'm proud to announce that we just released our own JJ Gills line of aquascaping tools. This sleek, black, stainless, rust-resistant, corrosion-resistant set of tools is perfect for cleaning up your tank and keeping everything looking nice and tidy. So you can get these tools or any of the plants you see on jjgills.com. Alright, back to making fish tanks. Now this plant has given me a little bit of trouble in the past, but I'm feeling good about it. I'm optimistic. A little alternanthera. And there we go, looking good. That's gonna fill in really nicely. Not too much floated up, we're doing good on that. And in a couple days from now, this water will be crystal clear and all these plants will be perking up and going straight to the surface. Now all we have to do is put our betta back. There you go, girl.